Okay, hello. Hello, hello. Ah! Look, Kiwi. Oh! Hi. Kiwi says hello. He's like, snack time done. Time to go. Chomp, 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 chomp. Alright. Are you gonna go? Are you gonna stay? Kiwi? Hi. That is a big boy. Alright, off he goes. Leaving a lot of fur behind in his wake. Hello, Ninewalker. Hello, hello. How goes it? Hey yo, Shonis, hello. Prime, Shinoto, how's it going? Lamp. Hello, hello. Eric, ODM, Futurebound. How's it going? Let's see. Drua, hello. Oh! Oh my gosh. Hey Kiwi, come here. I go college. Hello. Are you in college now? Or was that a while ago like me? Like for me? Alright, let's get started though. Hi friends, how are you all doing? So as the title of the stream implies, we are going to be building the Mode Tempo, which is Mode Keyboards' new design. It's a 60% design, as you can probably imagine. It was sent to a lot of people, and you probably have seen videos of it out there already. A lot of content creators who have made their own content about it, reviews on YouTube and so on. And I think Mr. Nathan also built one last night. So we're gonna be building another unit today. Probably with different switches. I think he built it with MX Blacks. Today we're gonna be using some Gateron X switches. I graduated almost 10 years ago. High five. Same. It was a while back. And hey Jack, been a bit since I made it for a stream. Hello, how's it going? I hope you've been well. Alright, so yeah. So we got our parts right here. And our switches over here, which I prepped for today's stream. I did put in the build command all of the details for the build, as well as like what we have here, what's going to be different about this unit versus the unit that is going to be available through production, which is currently available through pre-order. So if you want to order, if you do want to order the Tempo, you can order it through the Mode Keyboards Mode Designs website. And you can order it using my affiliate link if you would like, but of course, that's up to you if you would like to support. So yeah, let's get started. So let's first go ahead and unpack the stuff here. Here we have some of Modes' keycaps, and we also have the board, of course. Came in this carrying case. So just gonna it up here. Right here. So here we have stabilizers. We have some 205 to use if we want. We have our key puller. Actually, I'm not sure if the zoom is not the zoom, but the focus is autofocus. It's not. So there is our keycap puller and our screwdriver. Then we have our plate. Today we have an aluminum plate. Yeah, Mode goes the extra mile with the packaging. I do appreciate the extra flaps and the extra pockets and whatnot for accessories, which is pretty cool. So here, as you can see, the plate has the corners cut out because if you don't know, the Tempo is a 60% layout, but it's HHKB only, and it is a one-piece case essentially, aside from the accents and whatnot, which basically makes it, the corners are actually solid, fully solid in the case, so that's why the corners here are cut out on the plate so that the plate itself and the assembly itself can actually fit. I haven't seen a plate like this since the Duck Viper V1. The Duck Viper V1, I'm pretty sure, is probably the first HKB MX case that did this. It was basically tray mount, and it also had the corner plate area cut out. And this is the first time I've seen it since. We've seen some other like plates that have like pieces cut out, like like Bakeneko 65, which also was like a one-piece case, and the the sequence and all those other boards that kind of did that basically due to restrictions in the case. But yeah, that's the aluminum plate. Love symmetric HKB layout. Yeah, I mean 7U HKB and 6U HKB both have their plays IMO. Like true HKB could be a thing, but I do think 7U HKB is probably the one that could be more compatible with a lot of people's like key sets and whatnot. So like I think it makes sense that for MX you go with 7U. 6U compatibility is more limited for key sets, as well as just like you have to get the other stabilizer like wire and whatnot. So it's extra work. So I think true HKB could be more for like a niche kind of reach kind of a board, which in this case I think the tempo similar to the Envoy isn't quite the use case, I would say. The audience is like kind of wide, and a lot of people will have 7U compatibility, whereas I think 6U is going to be more limited. So here we have our PCB, I believe. So here we have our PCB, just it's like taped along. So similar to the plate, the PCB is also going to have those corner parts cut out so that it matches. It supports 7U only at the bottom row, and then we have step caps lock support, we have ISO support, and we have split backspace and full backspace supported. That's the way you want to go. So there's that. I don't like step control, but I like step caps. Oh, interesting. I actually use every single one of my keyboards. I have control programmed to the caps lock position because that's just my default after I started using the HKB, which was at the beginning of the hobby for me. And then all of my boards, if possible, have step because I just aesthetically prefer it. That said, I think everyone has their preference with respect to that, but I do prefer the look of step. But I use control on the caps lock position all the time anyway. So, yeah. Alright, so these are just like some of the extras that we're actually not going to use. But here we have the solid black block mounts. But these were sent out, but I read that the Tempo currently in its offerings won't have the solid black mount, so I've just put those aside. Here we have a baggie with the bump-ons. In this case, we have some black ones, but the offering currently in the production, they're going to be gray, as it's indicated in the document that I put in the build command. Here we have our other bump-ons that go through the weight piece. And then finally, we have here, it looks like I only got the full green lattice mount blocks. So these are the mounts, these are the mounting blocks that I got. I do have the solid one, so actually, just to maybe, we can always try the two, but just so you know, the production does not have the solid black mounts available. So these are the ones that are truly applicable to the production units. Here I have the bits and screws, mounting screws for the daughter board, as well as for the weight and accents, etc. And then lastly here, we have our daughter board and connector cable. So moving forward, you put the flap aside here. Teradrive desk mat looks bussin'. Yeah, I just got it in the mail, so it's pretty nice. Got it from Mikibo. And so here we have our board. So again, it comes wrapped in their bag. Yes, production has pretty much everything but black solid. So they have solid green, green half lattice, green full lattice, and then black full lattice. Yeah, and lattice is basically the little you know, the little cells in the mount itself. And so here we have the Mirage colorway. This is like the blue grayish sort of colorway that's available. I purposefully did open up the package and just taped up these two mounting positions for the fasteners, and that's only because I just wanted to note. Also, you need to hear that. I actually. Why did Kiwi stop talking as soon as I turn off the filter? Oh, he's sideways now. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, these I just taped just to remind myself that for the production units, the fasteners will go here at the bottom right and here at the top left. So those are the only two that will be available in the production units. That's just a small revision that they're doing. And lastly, and most importantly, you should just know that the fasteners are there to keep the build in place. They're not there to really push the build down into the case. And so yeah, that's pretty much what it is. Oh, Q is very talkative today. And so we have the copper weight currently put on. Hello, Obscura, how's it going? I heard some squeaking. Yeah, that's Kiwi. As you can see, daughter board position goes there, and we have 3 screw holes over here, for which you will use to put your accent that goes in the back. And then finally, as I told you earlier, the case itself is a singular piece. So you end up with the blockers fully being solid, and that is why the plate as well as the PCB are shaped like that. And again, you know, this is what it looks like. Currently no bump-ons installed. And this is the Mirage colorway with the copper weights. Oh, Matt going out to lurk, and hello. Oh, bought one last night. Oh, nice. Nice. Alright, so I'm gonna put this, the case aside. And we have our 2 accent pieces. First accent piece that we have is, we added the extra mounting blocks after we sent you the board. Ah, okay. That makes sense. Well, I only have the green full lattice right now and the black full, the black solid ones, which I know that you guys are using for the release. And so here is the walnut. This is the wooden accent piece, which I've always been interested in trying, like something that's wooden for an accent, which I figure it'll go nicely with the gray. It's like a nice dark wooden color. Kiwi. Is he begging for? Oh, I see, he's just begging. He had a little taster too early today, and now he's really begging for it. Anyway, and then now here on the second one, we have the copper. So this is the copper accent, which again will just go in the back here. You know, it's your choice whether you want copper or whether you want the walnut here. But the only part that actually does show is going to be the accent in the back, and then of course at the bottom, if you flip it over, you'll see your weight, whichever one you choose. So yeah, we have 2 accents here, one that's kind of on the lighter side and one that's much heavier material wise. The back piece isn't magnetic. Yes, the back piece is attached using 3 screws here. There are some round-headed screws that just you know, you screw on through here, and yeah, and so it is not magnetic, unlike the 65. All right, so bump-ons you can just, you know, install by attaching them like that. Pretty simple. They just fit snugly. And then if you want to install these guys over here, right, you need to actually unscrew the weights from the case, which we can do right now. They said the walnut accent, please use so I can be enabled. Okay, sounds good. I shall enable you, Mr. Nine Walker. Also, for those people who are right now in the chat, I just want to kind of let you know, I just recently saw this post on Keycaps actually, and if you do exclamation St. Jude, so Hoffenmeister is a senior moderator over on Keycaps, and he's currently running a charity fund along with one of his favorite people over at Relay FM, and they are basically doing a charity fund for St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital. If you don't know, St. Jude's is a pretty big research institution and a hospital that dedicates itself to the research and treatment of cancer and, you know, lots of terminal illnesses that affect children all over the United States and worldwide, of course. And so annually there are big charity runs for, you know, to help the research, to help fund the research, to help fund treatment and so on. And Mr. Hoffenmeister is doing a few, like, you know, small incentives, but really just if you feel generous or if you feel like you can contribute to the cause, you know, by all means, please do so. Again, I gain nothing from it. I just saw that, and, you know, Hoffman's been a friend of mine for a while. Like, I've known him for a long time, and I just wanted to kind of like spread the word, help him spread the word. Especially like through the stream, because there's like a lot of people coming in to see, and more importantly, just because, you know, it's a good cause, and if anything, like it helps. So any little help will help that a lot. And so if you feel generous tonight, you know, please feel free to check out the links that are in the command. Oh, speaking of Mr. Hoffman, he's here. Alright, so let's go ahead and take off the little weights here. So we have 4 fastening screws here. 1. Exclamation, the Captain Mike. That would just link to the image of him with "It's a TKL." Imagine warped wood gap without screws. Oh yeah, that's true. Especially with wood having the issue of, you know, changing over time, you would certainly see like something like a gap. So yeah, I understand why that would be done with screws now. And, you know, metals also do warp at the end of the day. So yeah. All right. So you basically take off the weight piece like that, just 4 screws, and then you can just insert the bump-ons basically through the like grilled hole here. So just press them through, and then we can remount our weight. It's the only weight piece I have. I don't have like any other materials for the weight. So yeah. I'm not looking here. I just do it from the other side. It's a little easier. Can you grill some meat on that for science? That'll be fun. There we go. Hey, Infinite Nacho, hello. Alright, so we just put our 4 fasteners back. Alright, there he goes. And now let's go ahead and maybe I guess we can install the accents, because it doesn't hurt to install it now. So what I'm gonna do is just gonna grab the screws from the bag here. So I believe it's just these round-headed ones. There should be 3 of them. 1, 2, and 3. Just gonna put the rest over here. Only gonna need 2 more for the daughterboard screws, and then the 2 for the holding of the internals. So where screw tray? It is illegal to stream without one. Oh, right here. What I like about these bits that come with the mode screwdriver is that how they're long, and so that usually can be an issue for some keyboards that have rather deep screw holes, and so I do appreciate that they made their bits on the longer side. I'm actually gonna unscrew this one slightly and retighten. So that the gap isn't as prominent. There we go. All right, so put that aside. All right, so that's what the walnut looks like on the Mirage case. It's a nice accent. I mean, definitely it looks a little different because it's wood and then metal with it, but I think it's a nice color. I think the wood tone being dark actually helps in this case. If it were too bright, I think it would stand out a little too much. Looks pretty good. I like that. But I know that there are going to be folks who will want the copper in place instead, so I get that too. All right, let's go ahead and just double check that we have everything working. I did check earlier, but or earlier meaning like a little while back, but let's go ahead and get the daughterboard. I like it with this color. Yeah, that's why I chose it. So I had the option to choose at the beginning, and I figured that I would actually like this with this color. I think if the because this is like a darker wooden accent, I think if the keyboard case would be was on the brighter side. I don't know if I would love that, but I think it works well with this particular case color. Oh, Kiwi just came to hang out, but he's just next to me on the floor, though you can't see him. Alright, now let's just make sure we download, oh yeah, here it is. And solderable, just to double check here that everything's good. Hello, Uter. That's a good one. How are you, Uter? Thank you so much for the 18 months and the Prime sub. Let's see. It's this one. Alright, there it is. So let me show this on VIA just to kind of show you that it's there. So this is pretty much programmed with essentially HKB layout, I'm gonna just swap Alt and WinKey just because we're currently on Windows. So I'm just gonna swap those two and those two. Everything else seems to be in HKB layout. That's all default. Yeah, that's perfect. I'm just gonna leave it on HKB layout. I don't use the power key here, so I'm gonna take that out for now. Neither do I use the insert. But everything else is fine. I don't really use the numpad symbols, so I can get rid of those two, honestly. Alright, and that's it. Okay. Cool. My mom's worth at least 7 bongos minimum. Alright, I think we should be good. I did check this, but it never hurts to double check and triple check, but hey, it should be pretty fast anyway. So today I think I'm gonna go ahead and build it in HKB layout, which is going to be with the split backspace and 7U, right, of course, and split right shift, which is actually a default here. I think I will be using step caps or step control rather in this case, just because I like it personally. But I mean, we can also do full touch, doesn't matter. But I think I'll just go with step because I like the look of it better. All right. Everything looks good. Okay. So let's go ahead and grab our stabilizers. And we're gonna lube them. So we only need 3 stabs for this. Hello, Nacho. How's it going? What's good? I guess before I take out this box, I'm just gonna show you guys what you guys probably have seen the Anthracite keycaps here, but I haven't seen them in person, if I recall. I mean, not that I recall seeing them in person, so I'm gonna go ahead and unbox this. We don't have to use this set, but we do also get a choice to use it. So if you like it, maybe we can use it. If you don't like it, then we can use something else, doesn't matter. Great, so has a sliding box here. Boom. Inhaling dinner right now, nice. And it looks like it also slides from here. Nice box, actually. This unboxing is pretty sweet. Basically slides from one side, slides from the other, and then you have these nice plastic trays. And these are the anthracite caps, just to kind of show you what they are like. But this is basically the colorway. It's just a kind of simple gray sort of theme. They have the big legends, yes. And yeah, I mean, they do have scoops and bars, which are nice and pronounced, which is good. These are cherry profile, and I believe they are recessed as well. So they're recessed cherry profile caps, which is nice, double shot. And you know, you can see that the compatibility includes 7U, split, space stuff, as well as basic 40 support, some media keys, numpad, some Mac OS keys like the command and the control and option caps too. Yeah, pretty much everything most people would ask for. Even ISO is there, so it supports pretty much everything that most people need. No 6U though, yeah. 6U center space too? Oh wait, 6U? 6U? Where's my 6U? Oh, this is a 6U. Oh, that's right, 625, 7U, 6U. Oh, that's cool. So if you're into the current big wave of custom electric capacitive tech, which is basically custom Topre with MX sliders, or with real Topre, that's fine too, but limited compatibility with keycaps there. you can do that too. So that's nice. So very nice set. Let's just put it back for now so I can get onto the stats. But the box, really nice and compact. I really like how this just generally feels, this like unboxing. Super smooth, super nice. Honestly, if GMK sets came in the box like this with trays, I'll be so happy, but that'll never happen. It'll never happen anymore. It's impossible to go back to packaging like this. They will never do it. Yeah. German law, environmental things. That's not gonna happen. Anyway, alright. Easy enough to add one key when you're making custom molds. It's just cutting another cavity in the tool. That's cool. Potato only? Yeah. That really rubbers my dome. Nice. Wise Donkey, hello. EU is a real society. They don't let that kind of shit slide. Oh, man. Yeah, I guess they do have healthcare. They have education. They do have people who represent them and whatnot. I get it, I get it. We can go on for hours here about it. Alright, so we got 3 stabs that I'm gonna need today. I'm gonna do 7U, left shift, and enter. Honestly, I'd rather they ship in bags. Kind of like SP. SP, if you ask them to ship in bags, I believe they ship in bags. And now they recently have, they recently got their, that like shrink wrap sort of like, packaging with the cardboard bottom base. We're just cosplaying society over here. Oh man. Not even SP does it? Oh, the potato trays, yeah, they don't do it. Alright. So I just gotta use 205 for the lube. For Durock stabs, I personally have a okay time using 205 for pretty much every stab out there. Cherry, Clip-ins, TX, Durock, Stabies, you name it. Just use 205. And then it's nice that if you have a use for the syringe over there, you can use the syringe that they provide with the 205. Or at least here I got the 205 with my kit to inject more lube if you need to, but it all depends on how the initial application goes. So just gonna go ahead and lube each housing. I love to see DCS get more popular with designers. So I think DCS is well known amongst the people who do design key sets, but since designers also design on behalf of people who want the key sets, i.e. they need to hit the MOQ, it is oftentimes that the idea of DCS gets discarded because the sets have a hard time hitting MOQ. MOQ is high enough to incentivize the production at an okay price. I think that's the big reason. Signature Plastics prices are not quite cheap, even with DCS. And so it ends up being an endeavor that's actually more difficult to achieve than most people think. Onkit can buy MOQ, right? 205G0 or just 205? Oh yeah, 205G0 for my in my case. I just bought a lot of 205G0. But I mean, if you have 205G2, like the regular one that they sell like on Amazon and whatnot, you can use it too, by the way. Like the viscosity of the grease is pretty much the same, but the NLGI grading is different, which just makes the uniformity of the chemical, like of the chemical substance, a bit different. So 205G2 works fine. I believe 205G2 is just a little bit more likely to separate between the chemical binder and the binding agents. So That's the only difference, but viscosity-wise, it's pretty much the same. They're both the same grease. But I do know people who use like 205G2 to lube their stabs. At the end of the day, you can lube your stabs with whatever grease if you want, and it'll work. It'll just vary how long that lasts. Functionally speaking, like to keep a stab lubed and free of rattle and ticking. Just ask Ankit if running DCS is easy. Yeah, just ask resident DCS salesman. I feel like I need to relearn how to lube stabs. I mean, it's for me, it's generally it's cover all the surfaces that make contact, right? And then I think for me the key part is the wire portion. For the wire, I generally will lube evenly across all the way to the L bend area of the wire, and then I apply like a slight bead kind of sized amount of lube to the end of the wire, like towards the top, which is the part that will cause the ticking sound on stabilizers. I forgot to bring out a few of the tubes here. Wondering where they were. Go for the Korean Special 205 plus 105. Yeah, that's even more likely to separate mixtures. I don't recommend it. Use GH34 for the first time. I like them. Yeah, GH34 is pretty thick for a lubricant too. Even thicker than 205, I believe. It's basically like 206 mix with something else. That reminds me, should we be expecting payment confirmation for DCS Deadbeat Spacebar? I believe I already said that I paid the invoice for that. And I had a spreadsheet that confirmed the payments. If you didn't see it. But, I mean, in any case, I did pay the invoice, so it's pretty much all done. We're just waiting now for production, which will probably take a few months. A couple months was what I got as an estimate, but I'm just gonna say 3 months for the long estimate, just in case things get delayed, which is always likely. Yes, that's what I mean, Chutoro. Just check the spreadsheet. I think it's in my it's in my Discord server in the thread. It should be pinned. If not, just ask there, and I'm sure someone will guide you the right direction. But I mean, I pretty much have received all the payments for the kits. If I hadn't, I wouldn't have sent payment to Signature Plastics because I'm not gonna front out my own funds. Yeah, but yeah, I should have received your payment just fine. About GH4 plus RO59. Oh my god. Dry and wet lubrication for stuff. I mean, I guess if you would do like RO59 first, I guess it masks a lot of the imperfections on the plastic surface, but I mean, it would be a moot point. Hammerade, hello. Confirm Diego exit scamming? Coming soon to a Reddit thread near you, my friends. PSA from the cross moderation team. It's not Lightning's fault. He has emotional health issues. He was recently diagnosed with laziness. It's a disease where it's super easy to sell people things that will deliver and never future and spent the profits and possibly the capital years before having to do any real work and spending it all on artisans. And then the crux of the disease is a case of fuck keyboards. Fuck keyboards really hits when people start asking for updates or for proof of invoices being paid. Some people get fuck keyboards and take years to ship things. Two months later, Novel Keys picks up life beats. Oh boy. I mean, speaking of which, Novel Keys picking up those Misc and Co sets is kind of wild to me. Like, I mean, it's such a big thing to do. It's insane. Even if they're like, you know, they obviously have to receive payment for the sets for them to be given out to customers, right? It's pretty crazy. It's just kind of insane that like Novel Keys management actually like decided for it. Obviously on behalf of community members and whatnot, but actually cray. The hero Gotham deserves. Pretty sure Novel Keys where they're located is nothing like Gotham, but yes. Yeah, no, it's crazy. I hope somebody can pick up the slack on the project keyboard sets because I'm looking forward to Wall Hangul and Bingsu R2 and Slasher. I think those are the 3 sets that I ended up joining during the time those pre-orders were up. And you know, there's no news about that, so I hope that's just not a lost cause. I actually do still have a little faith, but I might be just misplaced and obviously biased, which is unfortunate for me. But yeah. NK is also stepping in to fix Misc and Co. Yes, yeah, they are. Oh, hello, Mr. Matt. Yeah, for zero profit. I mean, they're not even making zero profit. They're actually putting in pretty much free labor to to consolidate orders, to figure out logistics, and to pack and reship all those orders. They're basically getting paid nothing. Because they're discounting everything, right? And so they're supposedly, right, hoping to make back on that once the rest of the sets sell at regular pre-order and retail pricing, but it's pretty much a charity here, and it's amazing that they're doing it. Yeah, they're covering shipping for the paid orders too. Yeah, for the, I think it was like GMK Taco, GMK Art, and something else. Another one. There were like 3 sets. I am currently torn on whether I want to pay a second time for one of the sets that I did not manage to get a chargeback from for Misc and Co. I think it was GMK Arctic is a set that I participated in, but I obviously didn't manage to win the chargeback either, because I think for my case I used Chase Bank and they were like, no, like it's well out of the period. I tried several reps. I sent documentation, waited for a couple weeks. They revised and I amended to that, and they checked again and they still didn't approve it. So I was out of luck. Basically went through like 3-4 people and nothing happened. So yeah. I've only heard like Apple Card and like Amex has had some success, like and then the rest are pretty much much of a miss for GB like orders. Anyone coming to the Kanekys meetup this weekend? I believe there are some folks from my server who are local to the New England area who are going. Like I think Captain Badass is going. I think Kevin, who is local to Providence, I think might be going, and a few other people I think are going. But I'm not gonna make it this time around. This year. This year I've been unfortunately not been able to make a lot of meetups, specifically this summer rather. I think with having to have just moved this summer and being low on funds and a few other things, some family stuff, right? And I had to like travel, see my family, all that kind of stuff. Like things just got in the way, and I was like, I can't really be planning out to go to meetups this summer. So yeah, unfortunately, this summer meetups were not in the agenda. Okay, well that covers that. Now I have to think beforehand which payment method to use for GB so we can charge back. Honestly, I wouldn't think too much about it. If you're using a credit card and you get basic consumer protection, that's good. But like, you know, you're not really thinking about joining this group by thinking that you will have to charge back. So IMO, there's not too much to think about it. It is kind of wild, but you know what I mean? Like you're confiding in the fact that they'll deliver, and if that scares you, the thought of it already scares you given all the things that have happened in the past few months, it's best to just skip it altogether, right? Like it's best to just not even join it in the first place. Like why even consider it? Just pay the premium, get it for extras, or get it in stock, or get it from somebody else who eventually gets it, you know? Don't run the risk yourself if you're just too scared of the outcome. Like, if it's too scary for you, just don't do it. Just don't do it. Like, group buys assume a risk, you know, caveat emptor, right? And you just shouldn't be risking it if it's not in your blood to do it. Like, some people just are very risk averse people, and I get it. Like, as consumers, or even just in life in general. So yeah. I've lost out on several things, price-wise. The Moon V2 from Okonomiyaki, that's one that's gone forever and nothing to be done about it. I don't think I ever got my like separate Gasca 00 unit that I had gotten through Easton. That didn't happen either. Obviously the GMK Arctic set that I just talked about. Now like Project Keyboard stuff, if that doesn't go well, like that'll be also out. So yeah, I mean, at least I haven't been more involved in other things, like no Rukia, no wood keys, thank goodness. GB delivery used to be limited to PayPal refund period, but PayPal's policies have gotten worse and worse over time too. So, and also people don't use PayPal anymore because PayPal's policies for sellers has become worse. They pretty much don't support a pre-order model anymore for payments. Like they just don't support it. So people moved away from PayPal altogether. Vendors, makers, everybody. Even just individuals. Because PayPal sucks. It's convenient, but it sucks. So yeah. Right now, like you pay with your credit card through Stripe or Shopify, right? So here, if we're talking about any kind of consumer protection, you should be going through your own credit card company, your bank. I've been hit by both Mexico and Project Keyboard, ripped my wallet. So it goes. So it goes. It sucks. It sucks. I mean, right there with you. Instantly not compatible with GMK. Yeah. So like if the production is like slightly long, like keyboards too, like a lot of keyboards they're promised. I mean, hey, the tempo here is being promised what fulfillment starting around December, which means that, you know, they're getting a head start on things, and like, you know, fulfillment will be rather quick. But for keyboards in general, like you're thinking about 6 months is the minimum, I would feel. Like it's a long process, and you know there's always obstacles in the way, especially like with relating to anodizing, finishing, that kind of stuff, obviously, right? And then like other parts, like oh my god, the whole like the PCB problems and carrying cases, what have you. Always another extra concern to have is that, you know, accessories don't deliver to the makers, and then they have to figure that out, but the keyboards are done, and then the keyboard has some issue. So it's this back and forth. Anyway, Kevin JP 1999, hello, how's it going? Is Project Keyboard confirmed to have bailed? Confirmed, no, but it's otherwise implied that it is the case. Yeah, it's been several weeks now. It's been several weeks, and not much has happened. So it is heavily implied now that that's kind of done for. So yeah. Simon TH, thank you so much for the 23. Damn, it's 2 years. Depends how the lawsuit goes. Whose lawsuit? Sorry. Who's suing whom? It's been implied 159 ways. Yeah, 159 ways of that being implied. Anyway. And also suing? Really? Who in the community actually has the resources to fund the legal fees associating with pursuing a lawsuit? Not many people, or more like nobody. It's not like we're dealing with some mega corporation here where the damages and whatnot will net you positive, right? So lawsuit's out of the question. You doubt the moderation overlord? Oh, yes. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy. Alright. So we got our PCB here. Got our stabs ready. And then I got my switches. So today I'm using these Gateron X switches. Just figured it's been a while since I used some GAT linears. There was a time I was using these GAT linears quite a lot and just kind of stopped because I figured there was a lot of them. And I just decided to come back to it. Thanks to Mr. ODM's recommendation, I was just asking him, hey, like, I am actually going to build this thing and I need a rec for what switches. And he was like, Cherry? I'm like, maybe, yeah, but I have other things too. And he was like, oh, Gateron? It's been a while since you used them. So thank you to Mr. ODM. The based recommendation. You guys know I like me some non-long pole, full travel length linear. Same with tactiles, to be honest. I don't really love long poles in general. Short and travel just kind of bugs me a little. So yeah, just good old full travel Gateron linear. Whoa, the mode 60. Hello, yes. Who sued who? I have no idea what they're talking about. I had group buys with Project Keyboard, Rama, Mex & Co. I feel so lucky I managed to get all my GBs. Oh, you actually got them all. Okay, that's too lucky. I am stuck with a few. But, yeah. I mean, unfortunate. Assumed the risk. Lost it. It is what it is. I mean, it sucks, but such is life. Play the lotto. Project showing up a sponsor and the stream feels bad. Well, guess who else was a sponsor at 1.2? Guess who else was a sponsor at 1.2? Am I cursing the fate of these vendors? Will all of these banner people eventually fade out due to the influence of lightning keyboards being in the negative direction? Ain't no way. Yes, at one point, if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, at one point, Mint Autumn, aka Jack Static, aka Rukia Runner, was once a sponsor of this stream, as well as I believe Apiary. And maybe one more person might have been. Was it Mintrally? What might have been someone else. But anyway, he once was a sponsor of this channel, and I mean, you know, at this point, I can disclose he did make payments for a while. And everything was all good and gravy. There's no problem. I could reach out, I would get messages back, and at one point that all stopped altogether. Just how it goes. Once one person stops responding to one other person, they don't respond to anybody else. Doesn't matter what kind of relationship you share with them. Gone. Gone. I checked in several times being like, hey man, like no, this was like well before it all kind of overflowed, right? And the whole like Discord shit show happened, right? I was like, hey, you know, how's it going? Like, it's been a while since we last talked, or like, you know, how are you doing? Nothing to do with the, you know, with the sponsorship kind of relationship. It was more so out of like, hey, like out of concern, like it's like, how are you doing? Everything going okay? Heard a little bit that people have been bugged out a little bit about the updates or like the lack thereof. Is there anything going on in your life? Like, what's new? And you know, no response. So yeah, that's just kind of how it all went out. I don't think I genuinely, you know, I share our relationship with, like, you know, I talk to these people who sponsor the channel and who like help out here and who actually reach out and, you know, like they try to help. And I would hope that, you know, the personal relationship I share with them speaks to their character, but you know, there is proof here that it's not necessarily the case. People get overwhelmed, things happen. You know, people say mental health, and I kind of get it. I mean, I too suffered more, I get more so before and more stable now, but I too suffered at some point from depression. And you know, that was a thing, and it's so easy. It's so easy to diffuse and sort of to just kind of turn off, completely. It's very easy, you know, like avoid responsibilities, not want to do anything, just lack the motivation, completely lethargic, nothing makes you satisfied at all, like everything sucks. Yeah, but when it comes to business, it's just an excuse. If you fail to communicate it, you have some issues, you don't communicate it, that you're having issues, that you need help, that you may seek out help, it's an excuse. It's not really acceptable. When you're dealing with other people's money, whatever it is, nobody cares. Your friends, your family, they'll care. But strangers that bought a product from you, they won't care. They'll be concerned if you earnestly express that you're having a hard time, that you need to seek help, that you would appreciate it if blah blah blah. But if you just kind of collapse from it, nobody's gonna do anything about it. So yeah, that's how it goes. Got a gift sub from Jax once. I mean, a lot of people did. He did give a lot of gift subs out there before. Imagine the irony if lightning killed HKB Fujitsu. Oh, that would be so sad. That would be like, dude, killing Fujitsu HKB would be like the beginning and end for me of the hobby, because I started with HKB, and then it would be like, oh. Refunds after the ice cream business takes off, surely. ODM, the summer's over, by the way. There's no more ice cream business. Unless you move to, like, Australia or something. No, even there, right now it's the fall, so it's gonna be the spring over there. It's still kind of cold. No ice cream to sell, unfortunately. Love you to you. You're the most handsomest man alive. That's not true. How do you like the Gateron X R2s? I really like them. Can you compare them with another Switch? It is very, very similar to, if you've tried like Gateron Black or Gateron Yellows, like any other Gateron linear Switch with these milky housings, milky tops, is going to be very similar to that. Gat X is just tad smoother stock. Actually, well, noticeably smoother. And so they like once lubed, they kind of feel really nice and smooth. So that part is nice. They do have a slightly different kind of like top out sound. I don't know how to explain it, but maybe it's a little bit like clearer, or maybe like more like maybe like higher pitched even. But I like them. I like how smooth they are. I love how they look, especially this R2 one, which has this like beige kind of tone to it. Love it. Business is business, yeah. Who gonna bail them out? Nobody. Probably shouldn't say anything because I'm not involved, but responding to the comment, Rama will be next. Oh yeah. We all know. I mean, it's there's public record that Rama's family, trust, whatever is involved in this whole lawsuit biz, and that yeah, a lot of money is tied up there, and you know, guess why someone said selling lighters and bats and chess pieces and whatever else they sell now. I have no idea anymore. Definitely not a keyboard brand if it was one. So yeah. I'm gonna try the Gateron Raw Linears. Heard good things. Are those long poles? I've heard about those before too, but I don't think I've tried. Drama with Rama? Yeah. Can't spell drama without Rama. Yeah, at the end of the day, you know, at the end of the day, I think what really sucks is how a lot of us customers, right, like we have to assume that risk of these things failing, and it certainly will be nice to see like a bit of check and balances, as well as I would love to not see the complete falling apart of like how this trust behind group buys and pre-orders work. A lot of passion projects as well as smaller projects survive because of it, and or even see the spotlight, if at all, or see the light of day. And so, you know, like no group buys before, we wouldn't have what, you know, what TGR is now, or actually even like consider Key Cult, right? Like they started on group buys too. Like they started with a private one at first, which was run through Geekhack and whatnot, and then they ran a design through another vendor, and then they decided to vendor things themselves, and then they decided to kind of, you know, go big, do the production, whatever it is, you know, and they sell a lot of boards, right? And so like the thing is, like a lot of these vendors kind of started on this too, and so I do think like, you know, there's positive things to it. It's very, very easy to kind of dismiss it, be like, oh, fuck all, I don't care. It sucks, you know, dismantle the system. Don't blame you if you think that way. If you're very like pro-consumer and, you know, you know, customer's always right, and I can't assume any risk at all. I'm already putting my money down. That's too much already, which is totally understandable. I also don't have a lot of money either, so I get it. You put a few $100s down, that's a lot of money, and you don't want to put any more risk down, and that's true. But yeah, I think we're still a community with growing pains, and so we still have a lot of maturing to do. We still have a lot of ways to figure out, like how to regulate, how to neutralize these risk-heavy aspects, how to have a way to check on people who aren't performing well. That's a big one. People who are unhealthy with their business, and maybe their interpersonal relationships too, because that affects their business. And because in this community in particular, interpersonal stuff affects business the most, because in this community a lot of people purchase and buy and support people based on what their individual interactions were with manager of that business, the CEO, the person who owns the biz, that one person, right? You have a good interaction, you're like, hey, let's support you. You're like a homie. And then it kind of goes like that. And then so yeah, and so you know, if you're having interpersonal problems, your business might also suffer. Just FYI for the people out there doing businesses, you might want to consider you know, tempering your interpersonal relationships in a way that's a net positive, and your business will also see a net positive. FYI. You can't like shit talk other people in the back while like, you know, you're trying to do your business here and pretending like, oh my god, everything's good. It doesn't work like that either. So yeah. Twitch ads now? Twitch has ads for a long time now. It's been years now. But it's been more aggressive, of course. It's been more aggressive over time. Unfortunately. Fortunately, Twitch and ads definitely been more aggressive. Technically, you can support by subscribing to the channel and you won't get ads. You can also do Twitch Turbo, which basically turn off ads for all of Twitch. And I believe like the revenue from ads does still add to the streamer if you're watching them and whatnot. That's like a newer thing from Twitch Turbo. But yeah, ads are a thing, and they've been a thing for a bit now. They call me a cutie pie, so I'll subsidize their exit scam. Support Lightning keyboards. He's so washed. JK. Sorry for the self-deprecating humor. Ahoy, Rafflesar. Hello, how's it going? How do you do? It is, I guess, morning time over there? Maybe afternoon almost now. Alright, let's turn on our soldering iron here. Asia-friendly stream times, 10 AM. Oh, nice. Oh, we're exactly AM, PM apart, so 12 hours apart. That's nice. I hope you have a good morning so far. Hopefully you had your morning tea, coffee, whatever it is, some breakfast. You're ready to start the day. Actually, for you, it's Friday, so TGIF, hell yeah. The weekend's here. and if you have family, you get to relax a little bit, or actually, might be the opposite if you have to take care of people. It always goes like that. But anyway, I hope you're off to a good start. Alright, so I'm gonna start soldering here. I know I have the filter on here, so you won't hear much of the noise. The louder you know it. Yeah. Alright, so let's get soldering here. It should be a pretty quick solder. Only 120 joints here because HHKB layout has exactly 60 keys. So let's get to it. I think I need another lightning build. Gonna start for a new TKL. Another lightning build? You mean... Wait, Supreme POV, do you have a different username from one you used to have, or did we interact on like Discord and I'm just not recognizing your username right now? I have a hard time with different usernames between platforms. But if you have a build of mine, that's cool. Well, what did I build for you if I did? So if you asked me your name for a while now, maybe I'm getting confused then. Sorry, I genuinely have a hard time remembering every single person. So apologies. Maybe if you tell me the board, that'll be much easier to ID. Buy a duality TKL so we can live vicariously through you and we can learn no lessons about JVs. Let me see if I can find the pictures you took or the Reddit thread. Oh, that works too. You can also go to my website. I think it has a search feature. Oh, hello, Reborn. How's it going? The return of the Ergo Daddy. You could say ergonomics have been reborn. Just kidding. How are you doing, fellow genius scientist? I mean, fellow scientist, but you're the genius, I'm not. Reborn will solve all of our energy problems. As a matter of fact, he probably will. Smartest guy I know in the hobby right now. It's kind of crazy what he does. Nothing much, just trying to relax a bit. That's good, dude. Take it easy. At least it's Friday tomorrow. And hopefully week was alright. Well, I mean, well, if there's a chance to wind down, hopefully that's about it for the week. You know? Alright. So sorry to change topics here for a sec. But I was wondering this the other day. I was eating... Oh, yes. I was eating katsu. You guys know, like chicken or pork katsu, right? You know? They serve it to you with some salad on the side or whatever it is, you know, rice, right? And sometimes they give you katsu and they give you the sauce, right? The sauce, right? They give it it's like the Worcestershire sauce and whatever, right? They give you the sauce and they sometimes pour it on top of the katsu, or sometimes they give it to you in a small cup and you can kind of pour it yourself, or you can dip, right? Are you guys pourers or dippers? When it comes to sauce, do you pour? Do you pray and spray all over your food? Or do you just dip? So personally, I like dipping. I prefer it because, first of all, I tend to find most dishes, like certain restaurants or otherwise, to pour too much sauce. So it overwhelms the flavor of whatever the substrate is, you know, whether it's nice katsu with a crispy crust and, you know, a nice juicy tender meat, you know, whatever it is, or, you know, if it's something else, right? Like I tend to find that it's just too much sauce and it overwhelms the flavor, takes away from the main meal, or takes away from like the base, right? So I tend to prefer the dipping option. There are sometimes some exceptions where I do prefer just to pour. Pouring can make your katsu soggy, yeah. Referring to protein as substrate, my bad. Just science things. If you pour the crust, the katsu gets wet and soggy. Yeah. It doesn't apply because it's always curry katsu. Okay. Yeah, curry is a little diff. Yeah, because curry just like envelops it with flavor, and I get it. Why you would decide to just pour and have it with a bowl of rice. But you know what I mean, right? Like it's... So, like, there's also other dishes. Like, for example, in, like, Korean Chinese food, right? Like, so it's, like, Korean food that's adapted from Chinese food. You know, like, there's, like, jjajangmyeon or, like, jampong. And there's, like, tangsuyuk, right? So there's tangsuyuk. Tangsuyuk is this one dish, right? In, like, Korean cuisine that's adapted from Chinese cuisine that uses, basically, it's these fried pieces of pork. And then there's, like, vegetables. And then there's this, like... there's this like bitter and sweet kind of like sauce, right? Or this like sweet and sour kind of sauce rather. That's usually poured. Like it usually comes in this big bowl or in this big tray, or sometimes they actually just give it to you separately. And like a lot of people always wonder, like, are you the type of person who like dips or tongue-seuk in the sauce, or do you just pour it all over? Because usually it's like a lot of sauce, right? It's like it's just like a fuck ton of it. I dip if I just got katsu, tangsyu. Yeah, I'm a dipper. Yeah. Because the thing is so sweet, right? But that's how I also feel about katsu. Like the Worcestershire and the other stuff, it just kind of feels a little too heavy to pour all over. So I'm a dipper. but I like to pour like salsa on my tacos, you know? I sometimes enjoy, like, you know, like how like birria, right? You know, like birria tacos. Like they give you the menudo, which is like the soup, the consomme, right? The consomme, like they give you separately in the cup. Sometimes I just like pouring that shit all over, you know, like make that shit soggy and wet and messy, and it's good, you know, just envelop it in extra flavor, extra sauce. Sometimes I just like to do that, but generally speaking, I would say like in a lot of my food choices, I prefer not to. But I would say like birria might be one of those cases where I have to just pour it over, like salsa and things like that. Yeah, spicy stuff. Sometimes I just prefer to pour it over. It's a curry. I'm a mixer. Some people like to dip their rice in curry rather than mix it all. Oh, you gotta for curry, you just have to have enough of it though. It gotta cover every single grain of rice for curry. IMO, but it depends. Some people do enjoy having a little bit of that white rice towards the bottom of their spoonful of it, and I'm like, it's curry. Like just fucking have the whole thing in curry flavor. Reuben sandwich is gravy dip, my lord. Ooh, that sounds so good. I haven't had a good sandwich like that in a while. Ooh, now I want some. Cisco, hello. When I click search on your website, it downloads a file to my PC. Wait, for real? Is my website now dead or something? F. Well, yeah, it does. I guess the search bar feature is dead now. Fudge. Okay, well, I mean, you can just do a Google search then. You can do like, you know, whatever your query is, and then cite lightningkeyboards.com on Google, and that'll probably work too. If you like, yeah, put that. But it's weird. I think Squarespace is. I use Squarespace for my website, and their search stuff is like pretty flawed. TBH doesn't work very well. And so I guess now it's officially a dead feature, so I'll probably figure it out and see if I can swap it for something else, and if not, just take it all off altogether. It used to work until like maybe a couple months ago, but I guess it doesn't anymore. Can I post a link? Yeah, go ahead. Oh, it was KBD8X. I built a lot of those, so that makes sense why I might have forgotten. Oh yeah, I remember this one. Yeah, oh, that's my old desk. That's my old place with my old desk. It's a long while ago. Damn. Been a minute. Nice. The 8X MK2 was pretty nice. I mean, it's an AIO3 design if you didn't know that. And I mean, it was good for the price at the time when it came out, and for a while. Like, it was like the one top mount TKL that was accessible, and it was on KBD fan, so you know, produced pretty often, various colors, whatever it is. Right. Water here? Still using it to this day. That's how it should be. I mean, I encourage people to use their keyboards. I encourage people to use their keyboards for a long time, ideally. There are some people who really enjoy the whole buy-sell game. Gotta get my new keyboard, gotta get the newest, shiniest thing, and whatnot. But these devices are made to last a while, so if you've been using it for a long time, that's great. That's awesome. If you're enjoying it, just stick with it, right? If you have the upgrade bug, try to resist it. The temptation's real, you know. I get it all the time. I get a lot of stuff. I mean, actually, I don't have the upgrade bug as much as I do have the collecting bug. Like, I like collecting stuff. I like having variety. I like having different things and trying them out and switching between them, and you know, the options. It's nice. But yeah, so people just stick to one thing, and if they like it, I think that's what you should just use. All right, so let's go ahead and put these bolts down. Where did I just put that at? Alright, so just need 2 little screws. Have you counted how many are in your collection? Keyboards? Has it ever become a problem? Yes, and it's more relevant right now. It's very relevant right now. He doesn't want to disclose. Also true. Don't want to disclose. I have a lot of keyboards. I have gotten rid of some too. But I still have a lot of them. And I recently moved. And it happens that when you don't live on your own anymore, rather with the full independence of living by yourself, aka like I had roommates, but that was different. Like my room's my room, you know, common area is the common area, right? And I could just keep things to my room and it's all good. It's gonna be a little messy, it's all good. But I recently moved in with my partner, right? And you know, you do that, they know how much you own. They help you move, whatever it is, right? And then yeah, the space consideration becomes a real thing because it's not just me now. There's JD, there's Kiwi, and then there's my partner. So I gotta consider the space for all these, you know, all these magnificent individuals in my life. So yeah, it's a problem. So yeah, it's a problem. It's a problem. It's a problem. It's a problem. It's a damn problem. So you know, I'm trying my best to slow it all down, to keep it together, to keep my shit together, to not make it worse than it might be. So now it's I'm doing fine, but I will not make it worse. I'm at that point. JD needs to cut back on all the keyboards, man. Oh, gosh, this addiction, bro. All right, let's try out this. Let's try out our board today. Now we have it all built up. Right now I have these green full lattice. So let me show you what they look like. These are the green full lattice mounting blocks. These just go right into the case. I do not have any foam. I did not get the foam kit, so to speak. And so I don't have any foam here. But I mean, I can use some shelf liner. I think I do have some shelf liner around if we need it. But I'm just gonna go ahead and put the green lattice mounting blocks first. Does your partner support my affliction or my addiction or whatever it is? Actually, I'm afflicted with one. Yeah, I mean, like, she's great. I mean, she actually knows the hobby pretty well. Funnily enough, she like was at one point in the hobby, like kind of like more involved. Like, more specifically, like she you know, at one point had like would buy keyboards and like would try things out. Now she has a couple of keyboards that she enjoys and she just rotates between them. And now that now that we share the space, she doesn't need to buy any keyboards because well, she can use whatever I have. Whatever I'm not using, she can use. Right? So yeah. So she doesn't even need to be involved to be, you know, to try out new things. And so that's how it goes. And so yeah, and I mean she's supportive and she's great. Unlimited supply of clouded keyboards. Jackpot! Oh, yeah. Diego, I scuffed a very expensive board and I'm very sad. What happened? Will you let her use the OTD Mini? Yeah. although I think she would hate the layout. She uses 60% in a very cursed way, and there's no way to reprogram that one. So yeah. So thanks, Rooster. Pay wire your keyboards in my bathtub. Oh boy. I want to build another board with U4Ts. Oh, U4Ts are nice though. Pretty. Some people really like the switches. I personally am not a huge fan of like heavy tactiles, but the people who do like tactiles like that, U4Ts are always at the top of the list. Stabby still the go-to stabs. I like TX stabs a lot right now. TX stabs and just cherry clip-ins are always good. So either of those work, but yeah, TX stabs are probably like a lot of people's go-to. If you want screw-ins, Durock V2s are still amazing, like which is what we have here on the build today. And I mean, there's some other options, right? There's like the Wuche ones, and there's like the Zeal, and like blah blah blah. There's a lot of stabs. People make the stabs. Like there's like Gateron stabs, I think, but yeah. All right, so we can go ahead and put the build on. So you just kind of like put the build on like that. We can fasten it. The fasteners are just there to kind of hold it down, but we don't need to use too much force for it. So you just grab these two screws here, one we put on this side, just to put just hold the PCB down in place. Just like barely tight, or if you want to turn it back a few turns, that's fine too. Moving a little. There you go. Alright, nice. Isn't Durock and Gateron more expensive than TX? I think the kit might be more expensive, yeah. TX stabs still have a pretty good price to, like, bang for the buck, basically. Set up a curated Lightning keyboard collection exhibit, the Guggenheim, like a Balenciaga runway. Bro, if someone ever hooks me up with a way to exhibit my boards in a high-key museum, that would be great, but I don't think that's ever gonna happen. We're just a small-ass hobby with niche, nerdy needs. Very, very extravagant needs, but here we are. Alright, so what keyset shall we use today? This is ready to go. Do you guys start every day by walking to keyboard showcase room? I think keyboard showcase room is an overestimated way of seeing this. Picking out the keyboard you're gonna use for the day, collect and proceed off with your day. We start on with the day with... Hey babe, can you get rid of more stuff? Thanks. Just kidding. Not quite, but I mean, it's close. It's close. We are not 5B. Alright, let's see. Gap V2, favorite screw-ins? Okay, nice. I haven't had too much experience with Gap V2s other than maybe twice, and they're fine. Bother my vendor friend to get TX so I can finally build a board. Is this the gray or the Mirage? This is the Mirage case. Nine Walker. Didn't have issues when I swapped spacebar to GAT V2. How are you liking this Polestar? Pretty nice board actually. Pretty kind of like classic top mount. The magnetic mount between the top and bottom pieces is nifty. It kind of comes apart very easily if you like shake it hard, like you know, if it's unplugged, right? With the cable connected, there's no way it will come apart, right? Cable connector's in the way, but it's a nifty board. But that said, and the price point is a little bit on the higher side considering that it's going to be like this small production. But yeah, it's been nice. I've been enjoying it the past like week that I've been using it. So shows your keyboard mount in the closet. That's the Smithsonian had a classic computers exhibit a while back with some vintage heat. I mean, yeah, vintage computers makes sense. The Lilac TX8P, yeah. All right, what keyset shall we use? I do have this Teradrive that I just got. Oh, I also saw Boomerangaroo earlier sub. Thank you, and SLVG DVB with the 500 bits. Thank you again. Sorry that I missed it. Not DCS. That's not DCS. So we can try something like that, or we can just try the Anthracite set, as you guys want. I'll show you a few options, and I'll just kind of go from there. We have this option. Then as for recent key sets, I got Teradrive. I don't have Hoodie. I don't think Hoodie's even out, is it? I don't think Hoodie is out. So Teradrive here, I'm just gonna open it up. Pretty new. Muted, not a bad set too. I do have Muted. Symbiote also hasn't shipped. Don't have it. This is Teradrive. It's basically black and gray. Black and hiragana, and then it's like, well, I think it's supposed to be dark gray. Get the idea. And I think it does have some accents, or not. No, I guess not. No accents. What's that said? GMK Teradrive. Is that Indigo in the DKL? No, this is GMK Dracula. Iboki seems to have great modifier, seems to use GAT V2s. Oh, I see. Honor will look good too. I don't have Honor. That's the Babe set, right? I don't think I have any Babe sets at the moment. Well, not that he directly designed like Bento and Dots and whatnot. Try the mode set. Okay. Either way. Alright, how about you guys just pick. Full. What plate? It's an aluminum full plate. She said. We have Anthracite. That's the mode one. We have Teradrive. That's GMK. And then someone mentioned Yuri. I guess I do have Yuri. Rainy Day I don't have. Muted is a good one. Norse I don't have, fortunately. Hoodie, no. Yeah, I think those are the only ones that haven't mentioned that I do have. So I'm gonna put those. I'll give you guys a minute to pick. So go ahead and give it a choice. Taste maybe too green for Yuri. Yeah, probably in the. I mean, it's like a blue grayish kind of tone. So yeah. Yuri might be a little too bright for it, and also too bluish purplish side. Can you please try GMK and PBT? Oh sure. Do you want to try like CRP or something? I could do like CRP if you want to try PBT. That's different. Like the PBT as people like tend to think about it. I believe the mode caps are a blend of PBT and ABS. Alright, here Teradrive it is for now. So let's try Teradrive first, and then we can try something else in a bit. It looks like a good match, yeah. Yeah, it does look like the gray is definitely more on the grayer side rather than this like blue grayish tone, right? So, but the complement is actually not bad. The dark color of the alphas is a little different set because it has basically darker alphas than it has modifiers. There's a lot of key sets that are basically going to be darker modifiers and lighter alphas for the base color. Sometimes it does feel kind of refreshing to see the other way around it. Sure, we can try this and then some CRP for the people who wanted to really see what the result was with PVT. It's like a pretty good match, IMO. Wouldn't be a build of mine without some artisans to put on. So I'll bring out the ones that would probably fit it. Something on the grayscale side of it. Let's see here. It's like a lighterish gray. In between those two. Let's figure this out. It's close. I have a little tinge of brown to it. Just a warm color to it. Bottom left. This one. Where do you get the astronaut? That one's made by Booper or Omniclectic is their actual username. Actually, yeah, the Bogan cap is nice. How about the anatomy? Oh yeah, we could do that. Actually, let's switch the two. I like the Bogan on the left. Wait. Do that. Hello. Lydia, how's it going? How was Keep Life? I heard it was a lot of fun. I mean, I saw all the stories and the pictures. It looked a lot of fun. It looked like I truly missed out. But I hope you're doing well. Let's see here. Let's put this away. It was a lot of fun. Are you going to CK instead? I'm not going to either. I'm not going to either. I meetups were kind of out of my agenda this summer. The timing just didn't kind of work out for me. I really wish the meetups hadn't been this summer. There has been like in the fall I might have been able to, but yeah, this summer it was just kind of difficult. With me having to move and other things, just kind of complicated it. Wait, is that a wood accent? Yes, it is. It is. I'm gonna move this a little bit here. What? No Nashville this year? Oh, I'm looking into Nashville. But I don't know yet. Not confirmed yet. I mean, I haven't like booked anything yet. But yeah, there's a set. All right, so let's get to type on this, right? All right, I think. All right, now let me just go ahead and move the mic over. All right, Ollie should be back. All right, let's give it a shot. Here we have the Mode Tempo. This is the new 60% offering from Mode Designs, Mode Keyboards, and here we have a build with it. This is the Mirage colorway. This is like the blue-grayish kind of tone that you have. This is currently built with a full aluminum plate. We don't have any foam in the case or anything like that. No tape mod, no foam, nothing like that. We have this walnut accent over here in the back. This is currently built with Gateron X R2 switches, lube with just good old 205, and using the stock springs that were also lubed with some oil. And yeah, so this is currently GMK Teradrive for the key set on it. So let's give it a shot. The Tempo. Sounds good. Gateron X switches. These are just Gateron linears. There is a little bit of hollowness towards the top row, but I think that's kind of okay to me, personally. But if you want to dampen that out, there is the option to get a foam kit for it. Or if you have like something like at home, like a little bit of cloth or a little bit of shelf liner, that can help too. You can just line the case at the bottom. But yeah. I like the look and sound of this keyboard, but the white weight is honestly not my preference, and I don't know if I want to pay 50 or 60 bucks for a nicer weight. Oh, I see. The add-on, a little more expensive. But yeah, you guys like it? Alright, so here are the alphas. Here are the mods. So this is currently with the green full lattice blocks. These are the only ones that I have. Other reviewers, other content creators will have a bunch of other options as well. I do have the black solid ones as well, but they technically won't be in the production unit. So it's like kind of gives you a false perception otherwise if I did that. So for now, I think I'm just gonna stick to this. We can try like, we can try CRP. We can also try maybe putting a little bit of liner or something else if you guys wanted that, to kill some of the hollowness. But this is how it sounds with no foam, no tape, no extra mods, just the build in the case. So, is that Shashin? No, this is GMK Teradrive. Yeah, it looks similar. Yeah, Shashin is all black and white. This one has like these warm gray sort of gray mods. Yeah. All right. So just to kind of show you what the case looks like, this is the Mirage case with the copper weight and the walnut accent. Looks very sweet. Yes, GMK Keycaps is also similar. And GMK Teradrive here for the key set. And here we have our side profile here. Okay, let me get rid of that little window over there. But here we have our side profile. Very nice. If you can see, there is this little elevation over here on the side for the tempo. And you got these nice solid blockers over here. But yeah, that's what the case looks like. Slice it off if you want. But yeah. Looks sweet. I really like this Mirage color. I actually am very happy that I picked this. Looks sweet. Would look pretty nicely with a lot of different sets. So, and we also have the option for copper as well. Like, I can obviously like put it on right now, but if you want to see it sort of with the copper, that's what the copper looks like with it. But yeah, I mean, obviously the walnut currently is getting in the way. Are the edges fillets or chamfers? You mean like these edges? These look like small chamfers to me. These are small chamfers. You can kind of see from the reflection, kind of there. They're small chamfers. All right. So we can go ahead and get some CRP for it, right? So maybe I'll go ahead and do that. So give me 1 second, I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back with some CRP. I just went ahead and did the choice for you guys. Made a choice. I brought some CRP from the most recent round. This is CRP with the Egyptian sub-legends. Kind of unique. Has these like light brown, kind of gold sort of tone sub-legend. Something kind of unique. And brought the Mint Dolch modifiers as well. So you can go ahead and remove the caps here. I bought a board literally just now, so I'll shoot you a PM on Discord. Sure, sounds good. See comment above about the JST. Sometimes the JST cable heat shrink can cause flex to be impacted. Mine seems okay right now, but I can check. Should I just slice it off? Okay. Yeah, I can just I guess while I'm at it here, I can slice it off. Should be easy. Sometimes it isn't the problem, depends how it gets coiled up as you put the PCB. Yeah, so I saw that there's a little cavity, right, for the cable, but I imagine if it kind of gets coiled up like this and then like creates more thickness, it would probably get stuck in there. So yeah, kind of similar to how it happens on some other boards. I think like the thermal, I think, has a little bit of, like, if you don't get it right, the clearance on the for that can be a little bit off, right? But yeah, let's try and do that then. All right, I'm just gonna use a knife. Alright, heat shrink is off. Alright, that's good. I guess we can also take a chance to also try the copper accent in the back. So let's actually do that. Can I reach it here? I think I should be able to. Having a hard time unscrewing this. Most peaceful evening in New York. It's definitely quieter because it's also later towards in the night. People don't try to make too much noise around then. You know what? I'm just gonna take off the build. I thought I would be able to do it, but I do think the angle is just a little too steep. Santoki with the sub, hello. Thank you, thank you. How goes it? Do you know who I am? Yeah, of course. Why would I not know? Okay, hi. Yeah, hi. Do you end up polling for IL? You did it, right? My boyfriend says hi. Oh, hi, boyfriend. Nice to meet you. Yes, I did. Nice. All right, there it is. Go ahead and put these caps on. My IL was a little girl and came with a robot. I see. Heard that this IL with a girl who's a girl and who came with a robot is really good for is really good with the Gepard, I think. But I mean, then again, Gepard is like global best shielder, so too easy, right? Mine was a blonde man with a guitar case. Work from home today, finally continue to lightning stream. Hey, what's up, Technicolor? Yo, my guitar is E1, 100% freeze on skill? Damn. My Bronya is E1, so SP positive. And I'm gonna try to get her Lycon once I get the 600 for the shop, which I accidentally spent once on more wishes. Alas. My Brian is also E1? Oh, what the? Okay. Okay, Rich! Pulling so much, you just have all these standard banners. Just kidding, I know you just didn't have good enough luck to pull for the 50/50s. I spent some money, uwu. Oh yeah, poor you. All for Tootie husbandos, I guess. Uwu. Oh, is my Discord sound coming on? Oh, I'm sorry. I thought that was off. Sorry about that. I kept thinking it was off. Because I have them routed to different audio channels, so... Oh, it reset. I see now. Okay, thanks for letting me know. Yeah, that's so weird. Sometimes it resets my audio settings, Discord. Like, sometimes I go on, like, calls on Discord, and it, like, doesn't have any of my, like, mic settings and stuff. It's so weird. Maybe when it updates, it, like, changes it? I don't know. But I've had that issue for like a little while now. Yeah, it's weird. Oh man, these Mint Dolch mods are so cute. I guess I should just use these controls, right? Alright. Let's get the actual mods here. Oh man, finding the right keys might be a bit of a pain unless I take the out. Found the backspace. Found the 7U, of course. Tab. Enter. And where's my step caps? There you go. I'm gonna go bother the boyfriend. Have a good stream. Oh, sounds good. Have a good one. Bye, boyfriend. Discord do be doing that, yeah. Alright, we got our caps on finally, and we're ready to go. Let's, maybe I'll just put the Teradrive stuff here so I don't lose it. Maybe I'll change artisans too, actually. Maybe now it is the time to do that. Do that and this. All right. Let's give it a shot here. There it is, at last. This is with CRP Egyptian from the round 5 group buy. Alright, so let's give this a shot. Now we just changed keycaps to CRP. So for those who wanted to hear CRP, here we have it. Alright. Let's give this a shot. Again, no foam, no tape, nothing else. Just a build with Gateron X R2 switches and a full alu plate. Here we go. Oop. Oh man, I choked there. That's too bad. But yeah, a little bit more subdued, as it usually goes with CRP, in my opinion. How does the typing feel? It's very soft. Right now I'm using the green full lattice mounting blocks, which is the only ones I have right now, that are also going to be in the production. And they're really, really soft. Like, they have a lot of give. It is pretty similar to what the Envoy was like when I tried that. Pretty much like the 60% version of it. I do like how it just generally feels. There's a lot of bounce to it. Like, there's a lot of this, like, you know, flex going on here. A lot of movement. But yeah, it still feels nice with the full alu plate. I think if this were like a softer plate, it would be a lot more noticeable too. So I'm pretty, I actually do like how this feels. It's like good for long typing and all that. But yeah, again, let's listen to the alphas and the mods. Here are the mods. Again, quite a lot of give you can kind of see from the side here. There's a lot of syncing going on, but it sounds pretty nice. Can we get a short test with CRP alphas but GMK spacebar? If you will excuse me using this blackish spacebar, sure, I can do it. Just like a quick little test. Looks terrible, but you know, and I'm just not gonna even bother plugging it in. But yeah. So yeah, that's the CRP with the GMK bar. But I do like the CRP. Actually, I do like how it's a little bit more muted. Actually, like that like hollowness that I told you guys I could hear a little bit of at the top row is kind of not as apparent when I'm using the when I'm just using this. And so I like it. Yeah. Yeah. Pretty nice. Yeah, I do actually like the PVT sound a little bit more. It's a little cleaner, a little bit more subdued, and do like how it looks as well. So, but I think GMK would also sound fine. And I mean, if this is basically PVT and there's like ABS over there with the GMK, I think like a PVT ABS blend, like the RØDE Anthracite Keycaps, will also sound pretty good. As long as there's like any, anything weird going on. But clearly, I think there isn't anything weird going on, so it is pretty good feeling and sounding IMO. But yeah, let me know if you have questions though. If you do have specific questions or anything that you want me to try, I'm happy to. I can show what it looks like here. So we can, this is what it looks like from the side here. The wooden accent over here, the walnut accent. Just gonna leave it there. This versus Type B. Oh, I do think as a one-piece case and at the price, this is really nice. So, and then 7U MXHKB is also like more compatible in general. So there's a bit of that, but I mean, I do think there's other features with the Type B that make it attractive, like the pass-through USB stuff and it being like an actual HKB sort of look-alike. So if that's more appealing to you, I think the Type B is probably the better option. Not to mention that the Type B did feel pretty good too, by the way. Yeah. Which way do you use? The copper? Yes, right now we have copper. So this is what the board looks like from here. And then this is what the board looks like from the bottom. That's copper weight, copper accent. And then if you wanted to use the walnut one, it would kind of like look like that, I guess. But yeah, this is the walnut accent. That would go with it. Yeah. Yeah, so if you guys want to take a closer look here, here is the board in its fully built form. It's a little bit pushed down. There you go. Yeah, that's the Mode Tempo. Starting at $259 US. It's a very nice kit. In my opinion, I think boards have come a long way. There's a lot of options at pretty affordable prices, and it's definitely one of the most attractive single piece cases that I've seen. I do like this style of the bump-ons. These round ones definitely look a little on the bigger side for the size of the case, but they still look fine. I do like the way the accent is, kind of like inheriting that look from their previous boards. But yeah, the copper looks very good with this particular color. Of course, if you indeed went for the walnut, you know, this is kind of like the color combination that you would be expecting, right? But that's if you choose that. Any stabs now? Can I shop through some of your sponsors to grab a set? Yeah, you can do that. Although I think for TX, who carries TX right now? I'm not sure if Kanekys did, but among them. But if not, you can always also shop from a keyboard. Divinity, they also have TX stabs if you're looking for TX stabs. Yeah. I often forget who carries what nowadays. There's like so many different kinds of things. But yeah, do feel free to shop wherever you want to. I'm kind of debating whether I should use the CRP for the pickies, or should I use the Teradrive for the pictures? I do like how bright this looks though with the Mint Dolch. Looks so nice. And the copper goes so well with the Egyptian mods. That said, the Teradrive looks nice with the walnut accent as well. Kind of torn. Maybe I do both. But, oh, hi Kiwi. What's up? You want to judge this keyboard? Come here. Ow, 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 ow. Kiwi, ow. Hi. Say hi to Kiwi. This is Kiwi. Kiwi, say something. Oh. Cute. What is it like being a CEO of Lightning Keyboards? Oh, he has a good life. He gets fed for free. He doesn't need to work. He can leave fur wherever he wants and everyone will clean up for him. He can beg for food and he'll eventually get it. He doesn't have to pay rent. It's a good life, man. Can he take over a CEO of Switchmod Keyboards? I wish he could. Do you want to be businessman and deal with radsters and key sets? Maybe not. Anyway, Kiwi, how do you like the mode tempo? Look, it's the mode tempo. He likes it. Thumbs up of approval. The Sub Legends matches for... Oh yeah, it does. Oh, Kiwi. Kiwi approved. Oh. Yeah. Alright, well, that's pretty much it for the build, unless you guys have any specific questions. Maybe his hidden talents will come out while deciding whether or not we put a Hangul kit into Beloved. Oh. I'm not sure if, given his tendencies to listen to my partner more than me, we joke around that he's a little sexist. But given that as a precedent, I don't know if he will like Hangul kit. I believe Kiwi was born in the Midwest, actually. Oh, actually, funnily enough, I think he might be from Minnesota. Yeah. I actually think he might be born in Minnesota. So, you know. Back to my question from the DMs, is it worth it? I think for the price it's really nice, Shinoto. The tempo. And the color options are pretty good. I do like the little accents. The aesthetic is really good, and honestly, the typing feel was really nice. There's like, you know, small things that you can address however you want. Like you can always use like shelf liner if you have some hollowness. You can use other means to, you know, address whatever problems. They have the foam kit too, so you can always just use their foam case foam. So, but if you have shelf liner lying around, I think I'll just use that. Yeah. Did the spacebar feel hollow? No. You can kind of listen to it if you want. How do I do this without disrupting this guy? Yeah, it sounds fine. I would say the like hollowness part maybe comes in. I was using earlier like GMK caps, and maybe it was only at the top row when I could hear a little bit of it, but I think at like typing level, like basically like my sit down distance here, and like typing away, like, you know, I could barely just hear it at the top row. But like, yeah, if you get close to it, or like if you have a mic like this, maybe it might catch it more often than not. Yeah. Have I ever used Kale navies before? The box ones, the box navies, yeah, I have. If those are the clicky ones, yeah, I have. Look how much fur he sheds, man. Deathmat ruined. JK. You're a good boy, Kiwi. Deathmat blessed? I know. CEO blessed. CEO approved Deathmat. But yeah, if you guys have anything else you want to address, we can do that now. But otherwise, Kiwi wants to get his S words, his treats. He doesn't know that one. Alright, I guess we'll wrap it up here then. Kiwi, you want to pick? Oh my god, Kiwi. Oh my gosh. Look how much fur you left, dude. Wait, you're gonna go? Okay. Wait, there's no way that... You need to go. Kiwi won't let me pick who to raid, so... Oh! Hi. Hi. Alright. Again, FYI guys, if you guys want to support me, if you're purchasing a Tempo, make sure to go to modedesigns.com/lightningkeyboards. If you also want to support a good cause for St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital, there is a St. Jude charity fund going on with Geekhack through Hoffman-Meister's Fund. Exclamation St. Jude for that, and you'll find all the links and details. So, yeah, let's go ahead and check who's there to raid. Marcia. Marcia's currently streaming. She's streaming so late. That's unusual. Yeah, we could raid Marcia. It's been a while. It's been a minute. Yeah, sure. Don't usually see her online, so... Oh, I mean, like, at the time I stream. So, yeah, why not? Raid. Any Yumcha Rex in Flushing? I'm not super well acquainted with Flushing. I would ask somebody else. I would ask Christian in my server. He's from around there, he would know. Yeah. Alright. Alright, let's go raid Marcia. Lightning raid. Good evening. Meow. Alright. Alright, friends. Well, that was it. I'm going to wrap up now. This was the Mode Tempo. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. I hope you guys have a good weekend. It is Friday in like half an hour here, but I hope you guys have a great weekend. Have a good Friday. And yeah, I'll see you guys on the next stream. I believe I'm going to be building a client's balance maybe next time. And then there should be some other boards to build soon. So I'll catch you guys later. Kiwi, say bye. Goodbye. Bye bye.